All right, guys, welcome to another sizzling segment of Football Yarn, where we strip the game down to its rawest talking points. No filters, no PR spin, just football brains on fire. And on this wonderful note, we welcome you, ladies and gents, to another scintillating episode 17 of Football Yarn with Mr. Kyle Mekbo, Lekon, and Idris the man. How you guys doing? So good to have everyone in the studio today. Idris, if you now see 4 bullets, we Idris put for you could see. I'm all good.
It's good to be back here again. Bless God. How you guys doing, my people?
I'm good. So
I never asked you to talk. I never asked you to talk.
Your body know the count.
I know go greet Lekon today.
Lekon body know the count.
I know go even greet Lekon.
You know the beautiful
I know go
thing.
even greet Lekon today.
So you know the beautiful thing about this morning we say first time in a long while. You know do the mistake about the number.
Oh. now I know what greet Lekon this morning.
You don't do the mistake on the number. Today you don't really on point. Maybe not the food where you chop.
Alright. Yeah.
You see face the shine.
Mr. 4 bullets.
You carry out.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Anywhere I are in all, I'm thankful today that we're alive. We are making sense, you know. And I'm not the only 4 bullets here today. As you can see, I have I have one of my niggas that is very.
So today now 8 bullets.
Yeah, today now
8 bullets. 8 bullets with assassin.
All right, guys. Let's quickly pick it up from Cole Palmer, Yamal shots. Olalekan. So Palmer said Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world. Not promising, not potential, but we are witnessing truth in real time. Or is this just Gen Z posting good titles around like TikTok trends?
No, I think it's both. For him to say that is bold and it's admiration about how they say that. Admiration. So, but I don't know. I think it's wrong for making that statement. But I'll just say, for him saying it is a good thing. But Yamal is not the best player in the world now. You know, I know Yamal is special. He's very, very special. He's a very, very special person. Very, very special talent. But he's not the best player in the world right now. He's not the best player in the world.
Idris, Barcelona secured their 28th.
Yeah, 28.
And we can't. If we are to write this success story, we can't take Lamine Yamal from the old success story. So Cole Palmer coming out to say that he's one of the best player in the world, or he's the best player currently in the world. Is this not like too much pressure on the young lad?
Nah. Something I've really loved about Yamal so far is Yamal walks the walks and he talks the talks and walks the walk. You get me? So he doesn't just for Cole Palmer coming out to say that he has a reason for saying it, yeah. But also at the same time, he is young, but he's very brilliant. Come on, did you see that goal against Espanyol? He was the one that practically opened the victory to the 28th big title. No, he did very good. He did brilliantly well. And in due time, what Cole Palmer said will be remembered because he said it earlier, but people feel like he's way too young now, but just give the guy at least one more season. You'd see what Cole Palmer said now. He's not just talking. He's actually backing it up. So, no, Yamal is the best player for me right now in the world, or let's say the best young star in the world right now.
Yeah, you can put it as young star, but not the best player in the world. I don't know.
Ayo, did you share the same sentiments with the guys as well concerning?
Yeah, I feel like putting Yamal in the conversation now. It's something that it should be in the conversation, honestly, because if you look at the greatest players in history. From Pele to Maradona, they started at a very young age. Pele came into the limelight at the age of 16, won the World Cup, right? Maradona was one of the best players in the world at 17. So it is nothing too new to anybody. So Yamal being in the conversation, I think it is quite okay. And I feel like he's one of the front runners for the Ballon d'Or. If you're not going to lie to ourselves, he's so far so good for a 17-year-old lad. He's had 41 goals and assists. You know, I mean, that is stupendous. Yeah. I mean, it has to be in the conversation, actually. But there are so many factors to be considered. There are still some competitions to be played. There's still the FIFA Club World Cup to be played. There's still the Nations League to be played. And of course, there's still some... and of course, the finalissima, or what do you call it? We still have that Spain versus Argentina. So, I mean, there are so many factors that can still decide who the Ballon d'Or winner will be. But definitely, Yamal is in the conversation.
Yeah.
All right, moving away from Yamal, let's just stay on Barca and let us look at player that has been grinding out results for past. Talking about Moses Caicedo and Pedri. Talking about Pedri, the silent grinder. Idris the man. One is a hammer, the other is a scarplet. But who is covering more grass? I mean, what do you think is breaking more lines and doing the unseen beats?
I will lie to you, I don't really watch Moses Caicedo play like that. I'm all about Pedri. Moses Caicedo has what he does on the field. Like, you can't compare it to others, but Pedri is the kind of player you can't just get the ball out of his legs. Like, he keeps... I don't know, he just has this, let's say, ruggedity. No matter how you come, he will still surpass you, turn, play the ball. No, Pedri, for me, covers more grass because I think he's the one that even builds the attack. If you get Pedri for midfield, my guy, relax. Everywhere is covered. Do you understand? Like, you get that kind of confidence, say, as bad as he is, the midfield is sorted. So for me, Pedri covers more grass for me. Caicedo does his own, yeah, but I'll go for Pedri anytime, any day.
Yeah.
All right. Lekon, do you share different thoughts towards this as well?
Yeah, I share some thoughts. Though I don't like Barca, but when you see the honest truth, you have to say it. When you see the factual thing, you have to say it. I would say you can't. It's like you are comparing fried rice to jollof rice. They have different taste. Fried rice is very distinctive, and the jollof rice is just jollof rice, just there. So I think Pedri is like fried rice. It's very distinctive. It's very tasteful, and you can't compare fried rice to jollof rice. So Pedri is like a possession midfielder. When you want a possession, when you want attacking this thing, he covers. He does when he maintains this thing possession. He does his work.
Yeah.
Well, and Caicedo is good too. It's like a war. He covers his physical, but on every day, all day, I'll go for Pedri.
I quite want to tilt. I want to tilt towards someone else as we're having this conversation. I quite felt that probably because Pedri is Barcelona is doing well, and they are gaining the momentum presently. Pedri is in everyone's face in terms of performance, in terms of how Barca has been, defeating Real Madrid back to back. Probably should we accolades? Should we allow this to these Pedri accolades to how well Barcelona is doing, and probably if we have Chelsea as well doing the same as Barcelona, probably if Chelsea has been the team topping the EPL or probably as EPL champions, are we going to have different narratives?
Yeah, first of all, I feel like Caicedo is one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. Pedri and Caicedo, they are two different players, right?
But they play the same position.
They don't entirely play the same position, right? This is the thing. Pedri is a DLP, a deep line playmaker. He's more like a Xavi and an Andre Pirlo. He does, he's a very, very fantastic footballer. Is when you want to build up play, you build up play from the caliber of players like Pedri. That's the kind of player he is. But Caicedo is more like a Casemiro.
Traditional defensive midfielder.
It's more like a Makalele. They are so bullish. When you need steel in the midfield, when you need a player to cover every blade of the grass.
Yeah.
That is the kind of player Caicedo is. But when you need someone to control the game, when you want to sniff out you want to sniff out the attack of the opposition. You need to control the game. You want to take the possession. Right? Pedri is the guy.
Yes.
But they don't entirely play the same position. If you look at the way Barca play, the person that plays the DMF is Frankie de Jong. The person that plays as the DOP, very close to him, is Pedri. And Olmo obviously play in front of them. Right? He's more like a Xavi. Frankie is more like the Busquets. Caicedo is more like the Casemiro of this world, the Makelele of this world. Who do you have again?
Declan Rice.
No, it's not. Declan Rice is more of a box to box. Declan Rice is more in the category of Pedri. You can still categorize him in the Pedri group, but he's more of who's another and Ugarte.
Yeah,
Those kind of players, they are so bullish. That's the thing. Yeah.
All right. Talking about what Iwa have said, Idris and Lekon, let me quickly come back to you guys. Do we have football in terms of just like what Ayo said? We all play FIFA. We all play PEF.
yeah.
Pace. Me, I never see any position when they call. I don't know. I never see any position where they call. Wait till you call your position now.
Deep line playmaker. It has always been like that.
Well,
Yeah.
for gamers like us, I've never seen a position called deep line playmaker. I've not seen any position like that. If we they play game, if they play FIFA, if they play, wait till I go see na DMF, CMF, RMF.
Yeah.
All this one way just they call the talk.
Let me clarify.
Now in the baboons. I beg, I dey come. I mean, these are part. Are we going to call this part of the changes we see in football? For brother Shakiru that we they watch ball together for same viewing center, but all those one way they talk, they cap new. I mean, no disrespect. I mean, no disrespect to that.
Yeah.
But I quite feel that the traditional thing we know is a DMF.
Yes.
So, AY, is Pedri a DMF or a CMF?
Yeah, that's what is a CMF.
It's not a DMF.
No, it's not. It's not. Absolutely not. It's not.
Okay.
In every league, right, and in every country, there's the way they play their football is different.
Yeah.
In Italy, you don't have the bullish player playing as the defensive midfielder. You don't. You have someone who can build up play. That's why you always have Andre Pirlo in that role. You always have a Jorginho in that role. Then you have bullish players playing beside. They flank the player that orchestrates play. So in England, it is quite different. You have the bullish player playing as DMF. So that's the thing. It has always been there, but there is more. How would I put it now? There is more spotlight on roles now, and football is much more analytical now, unlike back then.
Yeah, football keeps evolving.
All right, quickly. Let us pick this back to we're still talking about the midfield debate, and I want us to take it from this angle. Well, we're still picking from feedbacks and what people have got to talk about players and and all like that. Ayo, I mean, okay, probably I should come to Idris. Idris, do you think it's even disrespectful to mention Pedri and Bruno Fernandes in the same sentence?
Is it disrespectful to mention Pedri and Bruno Fernandes? Yeah. No, it's not disrespectful. It's not disrespectful. Bruno Fernandes is an excellent player. He's the one carrying Manchester United on his back as we speak because Manchester United has been on terrible form for the past 2 seasons.
You don't have to say it.
I'm just letting you know.
We don't want to hear it.
So I would say it's not disrespectful to call him in the same space on the same name as Pedri because if we look at it this way, we can only, if Manchester United was doing well, we would say it's kind of disrespectful because if Manchester United accomplished what Barca accomplished this season, the all talks won't be about Pedri, it'll be about Bruno Fernandes. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they didn't. Let's put it like that. But I would say it's not disrespectful because Pedri has done so much for Barcelona. He keeps pulling his weight in. Like he makes sure he does his work week in and week out.
Okay.
So I would say no, it's not disrespectful. Some people may take it as disrespectful, but come on, this is football now.
Okay.
Football is a comparison sport. You must compare. Ronaldo, Messi, you must compare. But I would go for Pedri also. I love Pedri.
Lekon, do you think Pedri is overhyped? That's just my thoughts.
I always say this, me, I'm this kind of person that I like talking about Man United, even though we are doing very bad in the league.
16th.
You don't have to say it. Even though we are doing bad, this kind of person that we know what you are doing and we are going to achieve it. See, you can't compare Fernandes and Pedri. You understand? It's like you are comparing Cook with Zubo. They are different now, and they are playing different role. You can't compare Cook and Zobo now. Fernandes is Coke. Pedri is Zobo. Pedri is warming. You understand? This thing I'm meeting. I don't want this today. I came. I want to be calm. But you are just making my head hot. Idris. You can't compare Zobo and Coke now. See, Coke. See, if you want, it's like end-to-end player, product, end-to-end product. Go for Fernandes. He's a game winner. I'm not saying Pedri is not good though, because I said earlier, Pedri is good. Pedri is decent, but Pedri, if you want position football, you can go for Pedri. But if you want a match winner midfielder, a match winner this thing, go for Fernandes, and that's what we are having at Man United.
Who do you think does the most work in the midfield? Is it Pedri or Bruno? Let's put it like that. Who does the most work in the midfield?
Who does the most? Why are you saying? Why? I don't even see. Wait. I want to answer you. I want to answer you. Just have to calm down for me.
Okay.
Is football about doing work? It's not about scoring.
Obviously,
it's not about scoring. Fernandes provide assist. It scores.
So does Pedri.
Yeah, I know he does, but do you want to compare how Fernandes and Pedri score? Pedri every time, almost all the games that
Pedri takes outside shots.
Almost all the Fernandes does not know how to play outside shots. Almost all the games Fernandes plays in.
It's penalty.
He scores.
It's penalty.
If he didn't score, he will provide assist. You know, suffer me. I don't want to get this. I just want to be calm.
All right. Let me get you out of the battle of the 4 bullets because we're having 8 bullets. 8 bullets. Okay. Do you kind of share the same thoughts? Pedri, Bruno Fernandes, because I don't know. Let's be honest. When we're talking about this disrespect, who is this disrespect to? Who is this disrespect to? To who? Is it about Pedri or to Bruno Fernandes? Right?
There's no disrespect to anybody. Mm-hmm. I think the comparison is fair. If you're talking about one of the best midfielders in the world right now, you have to pick Pedri. If he's not in your top 3, he has to be in your top 4. You know, in the midfield, if you need someone to control the game and not to lose possession carelessly, who do you go for? Obviously, Pedri. But if you need someone to give you the goals, I feel like Fernandes, Bruno's strength lies in the final third. When you're close to the opposition box, that is where his strength lies in. But if you need someone to control the game, to sniff out the opponent from having the possession, you need someone like Pedri. I feel like they don't play the same position to even warrant the comparison. But I feel like it is fair because both are midfielders. But if you want to put it into context and what they both bring forth, then you have to say, okay, what does Pedri do? What does Bruno do? Right? So it is actually fair. It is actually fair. You can't take away. You can't say. You can't say Bruno is better than Pedri, and you can't say Pedri is better than Bruno because they obviously don't play the position. But I just feel like if you need a certain player for a certain role, then if you need someone to play your DOP, you need a player like Pedri, and you need someone to give you the goals and the assist. Because at the end of the day, you need the goals and you need the assist.
Yes,
those are the ingredients that wins you the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you also need someone to control the game when you're not in control. Right? So the comparison is fair, but at the same time, putting it into context, it might not be fair.
It's confusing.
Right.
All right, guys, moving on quickly. Let's move away from that. Then let's go into something kind of I don't know. People have been pouring their thoughts concerning this. We used to be used to wait for official news before we get transfer news updates. But now the question is, Idris, are journalists killing the vibe? Because do you think that football journalists suck out the joy out of the game? Like everything leaks early, transfer news, injury news, internal beef. Are we losing that surprise, that vibe, that surprise vibe? Because we used to wait for official news. Now we use transfer. Now news transfer just unfold on Twitter's thread before club even post teasers. All this kind of vibe. And should this be a major thing for us?
What I would say is, it takes the joy out of football, yes, because there are some clubs that you look at and you expect them to post who they are going to go after next or who they've signed. Let's put it like that. But like all these journalists, they've seen it like 3 weeks ahead, and they just post it, and it takes the joy. It takes like the hunger, because you're excited to see who your club is going to sign. You are waiting, because transfer windows are the best time. Everybody's on their club, knowing who their club wants to take. So it takes the joy. But at the same time, if we defend the journalists, it's their job. It's their job, because most of them won't feed their families through it. Not going to lie. Their main source of income is from the releasing of news. Take Fabrizio Romano, for example. He's one of the person that literally keeps footballers up to date on how everything's going. Even the injury of Taiwo, I saw it from his page. But it takes the joy, yes, but at the same time, it's still their job. Do you get that kind of thing? It's still their job.
Yeah, absolutely. I get you, man.
Quickly. Let's quickly. Okay.
I would say yes and no. You know, it takes the joy out. It takes the I'm looking for this English. I'm not English for that word, but I don't know it for now.
Excitement
out of this thing. We don't get more excited the way we add in, then we just we just watch this first what's the beginning of the season, and just like, hey, so this guy is there now.
Exactly.
You understand? But at the same time, I can see where Idris is coming from, because now just takes the fans 24/7, like we know what is going on.
Yeah, keeping us up to date.
So they keep us to this. So if they want to make one mistake or want to do one by signing, we will talk about they don't want this signing, we don't want this signing, because they want what we want to at the long run. So that's my take on it. Yeah.
Why do you think fans influence? Do you think fans has influence over transfer window?
No, absolutely not. I think fans overrate themselves. Yeah, they absolutely overrate themselves. At the end of the day, it all boils down to the interest of the club, and it boils down to the budget. Before every new season, there's always a budget for transfers, and so many factors can influence the budget. Okay, win trophies and potential outgoings and some other stuffs. Right, they don't. I'm talking about. The last question that you asked. I feel like it is a yes and no and answer. Journalists have actually sucked out juice in football. Back then, I don't know if you remember the transfer of Saze when he thought it was. Was it Stoke City? I don't remember the club now.
No, QPR.
Yeah, God bless you. It was QPR. He thought he was going to QPR that very night. Then, when he got there, it was sent back. Then it was so funny. But now everything is at our doorstep, and it was always going to be like that, because technology is absolutely improving every day, and life is evolving. So we are always going to get everything at our doorstep.
All right, moving away from that, talking about transfer and what it does to club. It seems like every week now there's another injury. Every week, another injury, hamstring popping like party balloons these days. And is it fitness, or a player just overworked, under-recovered? And people have come out to talk about that club don't have more depth and if you look at it, looking at the EPL, apart from Man City and what's it called, and Liverpool, we don't have much club that has. I can't count the numbers of times Bruno Fernandes have had enough rest, because he's the main player. Yeah, and same with clubs like Arsenal. Arteta even wanted to use Saka and use him till he wouldn't be useful for himself. I don't understand. So guys have come out to talk about club are not rotating. Competitions are getting much, and that's why we have every week another injury, another hamstring. Like, players are popping hamstring as if they are popping party balloons. Yeah. So what should are we going to be on the player side? We have this conversation.
This is like the third or fourth time we have this conversation
back to back.
But I feel like I'm still going to stick with what I said in those previous episodes that we discussed this. So I feel like it is about rotation. These coaches and football now is more about results. So coaches don't want to rotate their team, right? They want to stick with the same team and, grind out a victory. But at the same time, you have to give the players coming through a chance. Give them chance so that the main guys can have enough rest. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the business. after COVID, a lot of things changed in football, and of course, not forgetting the Super League, it has changed a lot of things. And for the football governing body to balance everything up, because at the end of the day, the clubs will make money, the governing body will also make money. But in order to do that, what were they supposed to do? This is what they were supposed to do. More games so that it increases revenues. So at the end of the day, it all boils down to the clubs not putting pressure on the managers to always grind out wins and wins and wins. They have to give the players coming through a chance, because by doing that, you've actually rested the first team players.
Idris, do you think, because we've had this conversation on this podcast over and over. Week in, week out, we are seeing top players drop like flies. Hamstring, ACLs, muscle tears. It's not just. I don't want to wish it's bad luck anymore. It's not just bad luck anymore. It has become like an epidemic. So let's ask the big question: do you think players are genuinely fit, or it is just modern football grinding their body to just? You expect a player to travel to Bolivia over the weekend and come play 1 p.m. kickoff in Manchester? I mean, come on, they are not machines. What do you think?
First things first, I want to say, Taiwa Wuni, because he's a Nigerian brother, if at all, I hope he's going to be okay, because I saw the injury and I really hope he gets better soon.
Sorry. A news actually came through yesterday when it was reported that he has left
in this coma.
He's actually doing fine.
Okay, good. So let's get to the talk. The thing is, it's still the coaches at the end of the day. Coaches prefer results. Because before a coach can trust you to handle the team instead of those senior players, you have to work, and keep working. So I wouldn't say you can't. I would say these players, they don't have enough time to rest, because, like you said, they travel in, out. They are not machines, like you said. They literally need time to rest, but at the same time, coaches want results. If at all, what they think is they are paying you. If at all, why would you need that kind of rest? Do you understand that kind of thing? So at the end of the day, it still goes back to the money, it goes back to the results, and it goes back to what the coach wants. Because the coach, I think he has the final decision over the whole squad. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know if you guys remember back then when the Carabao Cup used to be like a training competition for players coming through from the academy for the 21s. Yeah. But now it's actually, they've made it. It used to be a major trophy back then, but now it is now a major trophy where you see big players, players that play in the Premier League, first teamers also being fielded in the Carabao Cup.
Everybody's trying to get a silver.
The pressure is so much on the coaches too. So I don't blame FIFA. I don't blame UEFA. At the end of the day, it all boils down to the club managing their players well.
All right, quickly, Lekon, before I come to you, I don't know. We've had this front and back. I hold my stand that today football is becoming relentless because there are no true off seasons anymore. Remember when it's June at the end of the season, we see this player travel, chill out with their lovers, their family. But these days, it's not like that anymore. There are no true off seasons anymore. A player could finish a season in May, fly out for international duty in July, do pre-season in July, and start a new campaign in August. I mean, there is Champions League, there is domestic, there's domestic cup, there is AFCON, there is Euros, there is Nation Cup, and there's one competition, FIFA.
There's again.
There's
Club World Cup.
FIFA World Cup.
AY and FIFA is trying to cook now. AY was like FIFA World Cup.
There's Finalissima too.
Come on.
That's a one-off actually.
The human body isn't built for non-stop elite levels. Within 3D, it's built for recovery. But football today doesn't allow it. Yeah. I mean, talking about plays of fitness and freshness, what do you have to say to this?
I would say prayer said because you asked before was unfit, like prayer getting unfit, like they are unfit.
Yeah, they are not getting much rest.
So, but I would say it is partial, but I would say it's not like unfit like that. But I would say it's overwork.
Okay, quickly, let me share a thought. Do you think this is just Euro pressure?
No,
because we don't have this kind of thing for players in our African league.
How much do you guys generate in Africa?
That's the point. I would say I would say
this is not passionate.
It's not about money. It's not about money.
Influence.
It's not about money.
It's about money.
It's about money at the end of the day.
Yes, I just said how much do we?
More games raises
more money.
revenue.
Now.
So it's all about money at the end of the day. The governing body are trying to make money, and even the clubs complaining. They are also making a whole lot of money from all these matches.
A lot.
And even the players complaining. You see, the money these guys earn now are much more than what the OGs were earning.
Yeah.
And because now they are playing more games, because now if you want to negotiate your contract, you have to put all these things into consideration.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they complain. I understand that there are so many ACL injuries now, more than back then. We have so many ACL.
Right.
Before you know it, ACL.
Quickly. See, some days back, I saw on the news, Rafael Benitez said, I don't know if you see this, Rafael Benitez was talking about Jamie Carragher. Rafael Benitez said that if you're going to get, I don't know if any of you guys saw that, Rafael Benitez said if you're going to get Jamie Carragher and Steven Gerrard in this present generation, Jamie Carragher should cost about 180 million pounds and Steven Gerrard should cost about 220. Now, let's talk about the place of a player overpriced, or are players overpaid, or we are just talking about the economic reality of what we have in these present days that, of course, money has already moved up. I felt players are overworked. Even if I don't think they are overpaid. I felt players are overworked and they are just paid normal. Because if you're going to have an economics person to help us break down these fees, you see that over the years, in terms of purchasing power and everything, things have really dropped. Then talking about the place of the manager, I want to share my second thoughts that I want to talk about tactical demands that are higher than ever now. We have managers like Jurgen Klopp or Marcelo Bielsa that requires that players always run. It's kind of tactics. Even fullback now acts like wingers. We saw that from Klopp. I played Trent Arnold and the other guy Robertson. So I quite feel that the task, the pressure, the work compared to what we have the OGs, like AY said, compared to the OGs, how they perform, then have the and talking about the numbers of competitions they have. Then I mean, if people work for their money, I quite feel they should enjoy the money, not all this competition, left, right, center, front, back, players getting injured. I mean, we and that's why we are not seeing much more. What's it called? Just like AY said, much more young lads from. Before we saw the likes of Merida in Arsenal, we saw the likes of Danielson, even in Manchester United. These were the competition the Rafael Leao twins brother played, even for Man City as well. That's why we said some young players like Palmer play. But we don't see that because the pressure is getting much, and we have these players playing literally all the competitions because coaches want us to just get their hands on silverware. So should we fault this on too much pressure from FIFA down to the manager and down to the player? And I quite felt this unfair treatment on the player. I don't know if anyone share that sentiment apart from that.
Well, firstly, I would say I think because first question you asked, are player overpriced? I think they are overpriced. They are very overpriced. Like you see a player having showing off having 10 league appearances, and they are pricing him for 80 million euros. What is he playing? so me, I would say it's more of now it's more of a potential, not performance.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because that's more of performance. It just cases to me. You see, I see me. What is this guy? Coming from this thing, when we come to under this thing, you'll be seeing price. You'll be sounding. Who are traitors? Yeah.
I actually share same sentiment as Leko. I think clubs are buying potentials now.
Not performance.
Yeah, they are not buying the performance. They are buying the potential. Because you see players now, just 5 games, and
now
maybe out of the 5 games, they scored maybe 2-3 goals, and maybe 2 man of the match and all.
Idris.
Man of the awards, and the next day you see is release clause 4 million.
And I'm not saying it's not.
And the player,
But you guys are talking like prayers.
Yeah. Wait. Idris, quickly, please. We're still on that same conversation.
Okay.
Do you think? I mean, I don't know how to say this. We fans, we are not sincere to these players. I quite felt that probably we don't care about these players enough, because it seems as if fans act on this player as if fans have short memory. I mean, it's looking as if as fans we have short memory. When you come, you perform.
It's actually sad.
Even I might look at Odegaard now. I was in the viewing center and I never knew when I was saying this guy is just useless. I mean, come on, I was like, this was the guy that was delivering, and it was because he had injury.
Yep.
Who knew? Probably was not even fit. Probably was just rushed in.
Yeah, no, but at the end of the day, the fans, I wouldn't say they have the last final say, but you can never please them completely. We're all human beings. We can't be pleased totally. One day we can be like, this guy's the best player in the world, this, that. But the next time he flops up, like, what's this guy even playing safe? That kind of thing. So fans are unfair to players because last season or last 2 seasons, you were the same person counting on this player, begging the manager or begging the coach to bring in this guy. Okay, he comes, he scores the goal. The next season, he has a bad season because it's something like bad season. Take Foden. Foden's having a bad season.
I feel like even Palmer.
Yes, I feel like fans are easily influenced by people and by, I would say they're easily influenced because the fact that they just turn their back on the player, the same player that you counted on to bring you the trophy, you just turn your back on him because of what? He just had a bad season. So it's bad. Next season now you see Foden picks up his form. They'll be like, our star boy, this comparison starts all over again, start buzzing.
Yeah.
But we as the fans, I look, think we shouldn't just be judging a player just by the games he plays. Yes, he's meant to deliver. Yes, that's his job to deliver, but take it easy. They are also human beings. They also have feelings at the end of the day.
No, you can never satisfy what man wants. You can never satisfy. If you satisfy what man wants, that means you are dead.
Yeah.
So you can never satisfy what man wants.
The fans are absolutely fickle. You can have 10 bad games and have one bad game and all over again. People are comparing you to the greatest of all time and all. And also you can have 10 bad games and 10 good games, have one bad game, and the fans will turn on you. But at the same time, not all fans, right? Not all fans. Sometimes you can be excused for one.
What's the majority?
But when he starts, I feel like the fans are actually trying. You have to appreciate the fans that especially the ones that pay seasonal ticket, or what do you call it?
Yeah.
I mean, they travel with the players all over the world, and I can't pay for a whole season and go on to watch Man United, and I know for sure that they are not going to win this game. Every game is like, what is going to happen? And with my own hard-earned money, and even with the seasonal tickets, flight is not included. Other things are not included. So in as much you want to criticize the fans for being fickle, at the same time the players also have a little share of the blame. So I think it has to be balanced.
So let me take this thing more personal. You understand? Let me take it more personal. I'm angry now. Today, no. Today,
he reached to art.
Today, I can't. I don't talk as much. Maybe that's the reason with that. But today, I don't talk as much. So see, I still come today, and I'm still in a good natural
spirit.
Yeah, in a good spirit. So I don't understand. Rasmus Holland. I don't understand. Why is my see? I think my United people. What? They're senseless. They don't have sense. They don't have brain. This guy just play for how many games for one season? And you want to buy how many euros? Are you mad? Are you stupid? Oh, let's take topic.
You know what they always funny me about that deal? Sorry, Toby. You know what they always moss me about that deal? Rasmus Højlund only scored 9 goals, and I think that was at the turn of the year. Well, it's January of the
season now.
He scored 9 goals, and they went on to place a 75 million euros.
Are they mad?
Transfer on him.
Anyway, quickly, today, what we're seeing today, if you are to come to the place to analyze it, it reflects the market hype.
Yeah.
It reflects the social media attraction.
Yeah.
It talks about agent negotiations.
Yes.
And even TikTok clips. Bro, I remember when this guy that Chelsea got, Modric.
Yeah, Madrid.
When Arsenal was topping the league.
He was trekking for Arsenal.
Yeah.
I still remember.
Bro, his videos were flying on Twitter, were flying on Instagram as the next best thing after fried rice, like Lekon said. So club are not just buying footballer. I think they are buying engagement. It is not how well a player can play now. I guess it's how many. And we want to talk about.
I feel like they're easily.
Yeah.
impressed.
If an English player under 23, you have one solid season. Congrats. You are now a 60 million asset.
I think that is absolutely right.
You have young talent from Brazil, young talent from France, and young talent from Germany. Just same thing. That's why I'm quite skeptical about this Yamal thing. I mean, I quite feel I want to see him play 1 or 2 seasons. Do this. That's why I'm more of an OG person. I'll tilt my tents towards Bruno Fernandes. Before I just drop the curtain, I quite felt that you see this young talent, then the next thing you add future Ballon d'Or tax.
Yeah. Toby, I actually feel like
why should Anthony cost 95?
No, hold on.
I feel like
hold on.
They're not just buying.
Anthony Santo.
Yes, they're easily impressed. No, chill. No, chill. They're easily impressed. Yes, the coaches, but you can't
start
compare
selling
with the amount of work the
next
players
Messi.
are putting in.
No,
The
I
next
feel
Messi.
like
They're putting the work,
I
so
feel
you
they are
can't blame
hyped.
them for having a 50 million price tag on their head.
I don't feel like what is done on the pitch.
Exactly.
Now.
God bless you.
It is not what is done on the
Why?
pitch. You can't tell me, Toby.
It's a game of football. It still ends on the pitch.
Let me tell you something. Players now are much more protected than player back then.
Yeah.
Players don't suffer the kind of injuries now. They suffer injuries based on the games they play, not on the tackles they get. Back then, there was nothing like VAR.
Yeah,
when your leg is broken,
injured.
it's broken. If the ref doesn't see it, so be it. Now, they are buying players based on what you can do off the pitch.
Yeah.
You buy player now. But for example, when United bought Pogba, it was not only what Pogba could do on the pitch. Pogba was a brand. The hairstyle, everything, the working style, and everything. It was part of.
He has the social
It was part
media
of the
and
reason.
followership.
It was part of what United were getting at that point in time. It's about the brand. How much shirt they can sell with you. So I don't think it's about what is done on the pitch. It's everything. It's all the factors.
See, AY, to me, it looked like madness on the outside. But, I mean, football is turning... Everything we've been talking about since... probably Lekon is influencing me. I'm about to lose my cool right now. Football is... See, the thing is...
Don't get mad.
The game is already turning into finances.
Yes.
Yeah, only difference is we are still pretending it's about sports. It's not about sports anymore.
It's the business.
It's the business.
That is why nowadays.
Football transfer today, have business, have illusion. I mean, this guy cooked the narrative. They purposely even give. I mean, I don't want to say this because I want to, but probably I feel there's a narrative they cook to the fans. You buy one player for 105 million. Why there'll be 150 million pounds player in Nigeria Premier League that will even cook better, or probably in South America. But because the player has the media hype, I don't know. Probably it's a planned media hype thing for those players. Probably he has the media hype, he has the attention. Then it starts like the next Messi. Then you buy the team.
Let me take this team up personal. This is because my brain is cancelling now. What do you mean that rules? No. Let me take this one. See,
I don't vex.
You can't say you are buying Anthony Santo for how many million euros? Remember me. Remind me for how many million? For 100 million euros. And you are buying Diallo. Diallo for almost 25 euros, 25 million euros. 30 million euros. So okay, mind you now. Okay, who made more impacts? At you. See, yellow now.
Yeah, that's something well transferred.
Who made more impact?
AY, let's. I'm sorry, AY, please. I don't need. Me to be like say I don't invest.
I don't invest
because the thing be say for every Haaland we buy, it dey possible say if you buy Fiku, If you go think say you buy Haaland, maybe say na Modric buy. Maybe say na Modric. If you go think say you buy Mbappe, maybe say na Joao Felix you go buy.
But you fit buy Haaland, you say you buy Haaland, go buy Haaland.
Yes, now wetin dey there be that.
But so, na age start.
Hello for Haaland.
See, clubs they buy ballers now, or they are just burning budget to save face, or probably maybe fans to our illusion, because once they play, as far as I'm concerned, every player has now even want to get in this transfer. Just like, come on, may not buy them first, may them cook, not be by cho, may them show workings, because this is club buy players and the performance. Just
you know what I've actually stopped doing. Back then, I used to say, okay, like the one Liverpool fans are saying, doing towards what's it called, Alexander-Arnold. They were angry. He was being booed after the Arsenal game that he's leaving. But imagine if Arnold is not the kind of player he is. The kind of quality he has and what he can do on the pitch. If Arnold was like a John Flanagan, he would have been disposed. That is why football now is about business. The way clubs treat players that don't play well, they dispose them without even thinking twice. Now, if the player is doing the same thing, I don't know why players get backlash for that. I don't know why. Because the clubs will do the same thing without thinking twice. So if the player wants to move, why do fans always turn against those players? Do you get my point? So it's about the business nowadays.
It is, let's hear from you as we just round up this stuff out.
My thought on this?
Yeah.
Well, I would say yes, it's media, hype, and everything you do at the same time, but it depends on how much you can generate at the same time. So yeah, I will go with that, what you said.
All right, guys, and that's beautiful.
No, that's not a beautiful thing. No. Let me talk.
I go leave you and leave.
Ask me the question you ask me.
I don't ask him any question. What do you want?
I better jump the curtain.
The final wrap.
Call the camera.
No, the final wrap. See, and this thing is getting more closer. I'm seeing my future, and Man U are going to win the final. And some people, I know I've been hearing some comments. Some people have been saying stuff that are not like they are just inconsiderate. They are not loving. And I know this life we are not meant to love each other because there's no love in the world again. See, so but Man U are going there. We are winning it, and we come back victorious in Jesus' name. Amen.
Lego, what will be your prediction for that game?
7-2.
Who will score the same?
Hey, why you not ask me my prediction?
I know.
8-2, because by then you're gonna 8 to see me.
But the truth is, I know if you ask me because you even did the final. You know they play the finals.
All right, guys, that's our package. All right, guys, that's our package for today. Thank you for always listening.
Yep.
Thank you for always commenting, engaging the videos. It's still Football Yarn, and just like we've talked, football is evolving. The stakes are higher, the noise is louder. The line between the truth and the hype and the competition where AY and a brother for FIFA they cook.
Anyways, you guys, follow us up, man. Follow us up on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, on every social media platform.
I want to thank you guys for we've been seeing more improvement on our social media
Keep up the good work, boys.
Just try and log in more.
All right, guys, catch us up next episode. Same fire, same passion. This is Football Yarn. Now, football with the yarn, we know the waiting.